Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. So, sell it to me, Will.
All right. So there's 4 guards, correct? And there's at least
There are 6 guards and a knight. 2 of the guards ended up fighting the first mate. 3 of the guards ended up fighting the first mate. One of them died, and the knight did that. So 3 people cowed everyone else.
I hope they didn't die because I healed them.
So those 3 guards went through the rest of the sailors and took their weapons off of them, patted them down, and got to me in a single round of combat before I'm able to re-roll anything again. That's where my malding about is. I had no action before I got pushed.
The first notion is lay down your arms. Once everyone's arms are down, then one person, while the other 2 are keeping watch, can go and pat people down one by one. It's not you lay down your arms and we'll search you, and then you lay down. It's everyone stops fighting. Now that we're watching everybody so no one does anything fucking suspicious, John is going to come over here and pat each of you down one by one.
Okay, so that's fine. So I'm all good and well in that. But now Chives is 2'11", meaning that I don't think the guard should be able to keep total eyes on me during this full period of time as this is going on. There's no way. If I've got 8 full-bodied men plus Jeb next to me and I'm very short on the ground, I should be able to scamper back over to the woman who's unconscious somewhere around me in the middle of all this.
Probably next to you.
Crazy big commotion and pick up all the gold that I've paid her. That's the only thing I want to do in this time.
So, excuse me. Your argument rests on the notion that you will be in a sea of sailors and Jeb to the point that where you can't be hidden. When in actuality, the guards are maybe the sailors are a little bit more spread out and slowly being cowed towards the back of the ship. The woman who was, within a round, but it's not like all of a sudden everyone teleports into like a pile at the back, right? The people lay down their arms and start to back up. The back of the ship is like a trapezoid, right? And at the long end, the front end of the trapezoid is the wheel. And the unconscious captain is going to be right next to the wheel. So as the guards shuffle the sailors back towards the end of the ship, they would have a pretty clear line of sight to the captain. So if you were going to like drop your weapon and then scurry over to the captain, that would be a pretty clear
But I never drew my weapon
action.
And I never moved, and I was next to the wheel already during this whole time. So she should be literally at my feet or a foot away. And during this whole time, as everyone's getting pushed back, all I want to do is reach down and take my stuff. It doesn't even have to be that secretive.
So let me ask you this. Let's say you come out of a 7-Eleven. There's 6 cops. They have their guns pointed at you and like 6 other people in the area. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to bend down and like reach this thing from this person that's already prone. Do you think they might understand what you're doing? Or do you think they might get a little trigger happy and fire first? This is not like a general statement about cops. The same is applying to the guards here. You know, you start doing something something against what they're saying, which is just like chill and surrender. They might that might provoke them to fight you or treat you with more suspicion or violence. So you can try this.
The only thing that's a problem with your analogy is the fact that I'm a child standing next to a bunch of fully grown adults.
You're a halfling.
Who are much scary. Yeah,
cops shoot children.
I'm 2'11".
You're still a halfling. Frodo was a halfling. You shouldn't underestimate the wee folk.
Right, but the guards probably do, especially with my reaction adjust.
I think what you want to happen is not always what's going to happen. So if you want, you can make me some sort of like sleight of hands or stealth check to do this without being noticed. But if you get noticed, then you're going to be noticed, and we're going to have to change how the guards react to what you're doing.
That's totally fine. My sleight of hand is 95 or 99%. I think I've already maxed it, so this should be literally impossible to fail. My picks pockets is a 90%. So,
but so it's not the picking of the pockets. It's not the like you're taking it off of the body. It's getting to the body without being seen. So we need something. We need like a stealth check, a hide check. Give me a hide check. And you're kind of in. Let me make some modifiers before you roll your hide check, so that way we're all on the same page, and I'm not like telling you modifiers after the fact that end up, you know.
Do you not think the body that is like right at his feet?
I literally can't just bend over and do it.
I'm not sure if the body is going to be exactly at the bottom of right at his feet. There was a scuffle on the deck. People were going for the wheel. There was a fight over it. True, there was a commotion. It's easy that the body could have slid when the ship hit the dock. It could have moved anywhere.
I can buy
let's
that.
See.
I can get behind that.
So you are going to see cover is it's pretty limited because it's just a flat deck, but there are some people around. The quality is not super great because you'd be between people's legs. There's maybe the aft is a little bit high. Let's see the amount. Why don't we just call it a flat hide check? We'll just call it a flat hide check.
Which is what?
I don't know. Penalties?
No penalties, so just a D20?
Oh, so this, right, you're just bard, not a rogue. Hold on. So we're not doing a hide check. We're doing a...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's why I picked pickpockets.
Right, so as a bard, you have climb walls, detect noise, pickpockets, read languages. So you're going to be doing a check of... Let me see right here. 1/3 of your dex and perception added together. So your dex is 18, your perception 29.
So that'll be plus 9?
29 divided by 3 is 9, yeah. So D20
9.
plus 9.
And do I get bonuses for not wearing any armor or anything like that? Or is that, are we not counting that? Okay.
Yeah.
High ground? He's above
unironically, actually, maybe.
He's above the guards on the deck.
If anything, he's more closely at eye level because he's so short and the deck is a little bit higher.
All right.
We're going to call it a flat D20.
No. Okay.
Okay. So you will scurry over to grab something off of that. And that will provoke the attentions of the guards who will, as they come over to you, try and figure out what the fuck is in your hands and take it away from you.
So as I start coming up, I'll look at the guard and say, "This is my home as much as it's yours, my friends. I'm telling you, don't fight with my sword."
Put it down! Put it down! Lay on the ground! Put your hands behind your back!
And let me tell you, guard, there's 2 deaths in this world.
Oh my God.
Misses. He fucking misses with a 2.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's 2 fates worse than death, my friend, and I have the ability to give you one of them. I will cut you to pieces.
He's threatening me! He's threatening me!
Yeah, I am threatening you. I'm threatening your livelihood. And I go to the king and say, you're attacking the citizens who just brought a boat full of people you wanted, as well as a giant thing of animals over here, and you're going to come over here and try to stab at me, motherfucker?
He stabs at you at the back of he bashes you at the back of his spear. Another 1 on the die. This is the worst guard in the history of existence. He is trying to oppress the halfling. He is trying to beat the halfling senseless and just cannot make it happen.
Right? I summon a mount on top of him. I summon a literally on top.
I feel like this is a situation where someone's just like, he's threatening me. Punch himself. He's threatening. Look, he just hit me.
This is not going well for anyone. What is my goofiest soundtrack that I can possibly come up with?
Oh,
I would love that. I would love some Benny Hill. Yeah, that'd be so fucking good.
If you'd like, well, not if you'd like. I would like to, roll into this and try to.
Yeah, I think we need to roll into this because we are getting to the point where the guards, the halfling's not obeying them. Everyone else is throwing down their arms. There's still that fight going on the other side of the deck, but now there's this fight on the back side of the deck. The guard is unhappy with the halfling who's bad-mouthing the guard and telling him off and saying he's going to get the king to attack him, which doesn't go over well with authority figures when you say that you're going to go above their head and talk to their superiors.
So
he's not going to do anything because I've already laid down my arms.
To make him do that. Even with my 17 charisma, Neal, I can't convince him he's making a vastly fucked up mistake. He just keeps attacking me over and over and over again.
I will tell you what he has done thus far, and what you can do is do what you want, and we'll see how it works out. But I mean, if someone is really, really pissed at you, do you think that saying you're a fucking idiot, your boss is gonna side with me, really resonates with an angry person, or do you think that just escalates the drama and the tension? I think it escalates.
The guards who's speaking fluent language, as well as the one who's saying they brought the ship over here, is gonna continue to stuck on a halfling? That's fine. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video of the cop in Boulder trying to arrest a guy for picking up trash on his property, and the guy's just picking up trash, and the cop's like, you're trespassing, and then goes for his weapon.
That's fine.
It's pretty intense.
This can just be my Malding episode. It's okay.
Valeria, you said you wanted to roll in and do something.
Yeah, I'm just rolling in, and I'm just gonna tell Chives. Chives, we need to defuse the situation here. There's.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
All right. So you're gonna start doing this, but you're in the middle of there's this other fight going on, and you're trying to round out that thing, and so the other 2 guards will come up. One of them is
rolled in, but
I didn't see it. Oh, you didn't roll with your token, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were doing that.
Non-token rolling bastards.
I had a 9.
Yeah,
See it.
I did the
But there's no modifier on that, Mooten. Are you just talking?
I'm just talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
fucked
do
up.
it manually.
Well,
it's all right.
do
it's
I
all
need
right.
to? Can I walk over there as like a free action, or is that?
That's it. Add to 3. If you're just gonna stand and shout, you can do 9. If you want to
give
walk,
me 12. Give me 12 then.
All right. All right. So the first guard will go. He and Chives are not having it. They are fighting amongst each other. Chives is being actually fairly reasonable, and the guard is wildly overreacting because Chives is not listening to what he has to say. So he will try and he doesn't want to let go of his weapon. That'd be a bad idea. So he will again take the back end of his spear and try and whap Chives into submission. With a there we go. He rolls a natural 18. I don't think he has any modifiers.
Then it doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
I have
A natural
20
18.
He needs a 20 to hit me. The odds of him hitting me are literally 5%.
5%.
Oh, is that because for your action you were doing the total dodge?
I was gonna say we had 2 days of sailing up here. I've cast armor in one of those 2 days, and I'm back to my 20 because I had 2 for fighting style, or I guess 18. No, I
18.
guess
Yeah,
it
you
would,
don't
'cause I
have a weapon in
now.
hand, right?
Yeah, that's right. An 18 would hit then. You're right. I
Okay.
was wrong.
He will bash you with his club for 6 points of damage. Holy shit, that's max damage on the club.
Chives dies.
Yeah, Chives
I think
is dead.
Chives has more
Chives.
HP than 6.
A little bit,
He's
not a
got
lot.
7.
I got them down to 7 now.
So he'll bash you in the head and then whirl it around and point the spirit end to you this time and say, "Stay down or I will run you through, midget."
Chives will draw his sword and go, "You will not ever hit me." And I'll look to the other guards. Friends, if you do not want your friend to meet a terrible end, talk some sense into him. He is literally being a buffoon in front of everyone. We have
You've
brought
drawn your
orders.
sword?
Yeah, I say, this idiot right here pointing it at him is doing the worst thing possible for this scenario. Talk some reason into him. If I wanted to fight you, I would have been fighting already. I have no reason to do this.
You draw your
just brought
sword,
loads
the
of
next guard
people.
attacks you.
That's fine. It's 20 now. And I'm doing total defense,
19.
so fuck him. It's not 20s.
19 on the attack roll is not going to do it. You can
Ebner.
parry the blade to the side. Ebner.
Ebner is gonna walk up. Guards. I am Ebner. I saved Meadstead, Cleric of Tempos. We are brought here on King Chrono's orders to bring.
Shut the fuck up!
these-
Throw down your arms, halfling! Put him down!
Look,
We're gonna got a good place in the dungeons for you. We got a new tool. It's called the Ass Eater. We slap it on your ass and it burns you for days.
I will tell I will tell Chives. Chives, just put down your weapons. I'll make sure they don't attack you. And I'll
Shut up,
No,
dwarf.
They don't do anything. They're not listening at all. Get the knight and tell
Yes.
them these 2 buffoons. I'll keep them
The
all
knight
three
is fighting.
That's right. We should
should
flip
be
over
done.
to the knight and Valerio, and the other 2 guards who are still fighting the.
Wait, no, he already threw down his weapon after.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
we were
that's right. He
doing-
did toss down the
Yeah.
weapon. Okay, that's
He's
fine
done.
then.
It's just this scenario for a
It's just
round,
these-
and then I'll go get the knight, and then we'll handle it.
Go get the knight. Talk some sense into these idiots.
Ebner will go get the knight, I guess.
Valerio, you can see this other commotion. Like you've sort of put out this fire, but now there's another fire on that end of the
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah, I guess I walk over to Chives and I just go, Chives, we have traveled together for so long. This is not the time.
I'm telling you, I've tried to convince
This
these
is-
fools. Tell them off.
This is still intermingled with all of the guards yelling obscenities at you, telling you that they're going to beat you to a pulp. They're going to run you through and leave you hanging from the prow of a ship. They're going to set you on fire and call you a pirate, so you'll never get a burial. They're just saying the most awful
Koibu
stuff
hates
to you.
cops. That's what's happening.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna, if we're not in initiative, I guess, can I go get the knight for this? I guess I gotta
Well,
get their
we're kind of
boss.
sort of mixed in an initiative right here because there are still people with weapons pointed at each other. So I think we should roll initiative for the next 2 guards. There's one that was still patting people down and is doing it presently, while 2 of them are over here pointing weapons at Chives, who's got a sword in hand. If anyone else wants to join in physically, roll
Click my
initiative. If
thing,
you just
yeah.
want to use your words, go for it, but they're gonna fall on deaf ears. You can tell. It's just angry people shouting at each other.
Fuck, I even clicked my guy. I didn't. Fuck me. Whatever. That's a name. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna keep
I'll do it
parrying
right next
forever. I'm not gonna attack these guys ever, but I'm not gonna give up until the night comes over.
All right, well, Chives, you go first. You are total defensing. You're taking it easy. Yep. Ebner, you're up next. What are you?
I go and get the knight.
She is in the middle of talking to the first mate, having kicked away his weapon and is questioning him in Mystrian.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely interrupt. Kel, your guards are being insane up there and calling my halfling a midget and attacking him profusely. Can you handle them?
She puts a hand in your face and continues her interrogation of the...
I'm gonna get so many people executed by the king, it's gonna not even be funny, Neal.
Oh boy.
I don't know why you're taking this personally.
Okay, I'm gonna kill guards then.
So she just like hands to your face and continues to talk to the sailor, asking him questions. Where are you from? Where are you going? Whose cargo is this? What's the meaning? And the guy's not saying anything. She has a weapon in hand and is threatening his life with it. And he stands there, arms crossed, maintaining his silence like he ought to. Well, maybe not in this day and age, but in the modern day and age. So the next two guards, they still see Chives with weapons drawn. And I'm just going to roll it in roll 20 because you'll never believe me if I say I roll a 20. So here are their two attack rolls separately, 9 and 5.
Cool. Wow, great shots, guys. That one's going to miss over here, that one over here. Maybe next time, if you kind of poke down like that, you might get me. Or maybe you can get better at your job or fuck on off. That'd be a good answer.
What are the guards doing to me? Like, are they, like, staring at me?
The third guard is, like, keeping a spear at everyone else, making sure all of you guys don't then join in the fight, right? He was patting people down, but now he's like, hold on, I gotta keep these, like, sort of surrendered people at bay. And maybe if you pay close attention, you can see, like, on the stairs coming down are some other people, but it's gonna take them, like, 5 or 6 rounds to get down here to reinforce. It is a messy situation, and I have no idea how the fuck we're gonna get out of this one. Let's see, the first mate.
Don't have your guards be irrational all the time?
If you want people to not be irrational, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. Most people are irrational all the time.
I know, I just wanted one of them to not be irrational.
The knight will pull out some manacles, slap them on the wrists of the first mate, and pull her hand away from the dwarf and say, watch this one. And then march on up to where the other guards are leveling weapons at the halfling. She, too, will level her weapon and say, put down your weapon.
I will put down my weapon if these two fuck on off.
Put down your weapon, sir.
I'll stab it into the thing and say, if one of these fucks tries to stab me, though, I'm gonna kill him.
Are you threatening my men?
Absolutely. They have come and attacked an Eridonian. I've lived here my whole life. I've been on here. I brought you a ship full of people. I brought you a ship, thousands of dollars or thousands of copper, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of copper here.
She
and
steps forward
like an asshole.
You pointed your sword into the ground. She steps forward.
No, I stabbed it in. I stabbed it and like let it go.
Right. Let it go. She steps forward, takes your weapon, tosses it on the deck behind her, and nods to the guards who will come over and attempt to arrest you. Not beat you up, but bind your hands behind your back.
Chives will drop his bag and just dive into the water. Fuck him.
Oh my god.
I can't get you out of this, Chives.
No, that's fine. They can't come
What the
down.
hell?
Chives throws himself over the deck.
Not even a paladin of Elmontarius can do this.
The knight will take her attack of opportunity as you run from her.
18.
And will hit you with her sword for 8 plus 3 damage is
down.
11. Because
That's
she is
probably
a
the best case
specialized
scenario,
fighter.
honestly.
Well, yes and no, because now he's in the water and
Well,
bleeding
I don't think
to
I
death.
got in the water. I think
Oh, that's right. You didn't get into the dark. So you
She
just get
took him out
cut
here.
down onto the deck. All right. So Ebner's here and he can patch you up. You are at -4.
Yeah.
All right.
If the knight will let me, I will.
Yeah, she'll let you patch him up. She doesn't necessarily want him dead, but
Yeah.
Okay, I'll heal him
this
to.
has gotten very awkward very
I'll
fast.
even throw out a healing spell for him.
Yeah.
You're getting a 1d8 because you're acting
He'll
crazy.
get to 1 HP. Regardless of the healing spell, he'll be brought to 1. Yeah. So, now that everyone has been rounded up, and there has been violence and bloodshed,
Well,
one guard is almost dead, one sailor is dead, Chives is unconscious, everyone else has been rounded up, And finally, once all the violence has ended, the knight looks around, goes back to the first mate, and in Mistrian says to him, oh no, she sees the ship captain unconscious on the ground and inspects her, looking for some sort of wound. When there is none, she will make an intelligence check to see if she understands that might be magic at play. She does not. And they just tie her up too.
I'll tell her. Oh.
They use the rope on the boat to tie everybody up. And then she'll turn to the two of you that came on the boat afterwards, Valerio and Ebner.
We didn't get to meet yet. I'm Ebner.
Who the fuck are you, dwarf? And you, human? The hell are you doing? This is a security operation.
I was sent by King Chrono to deliver, and I'll point over to the 4 ships of people. I saved Meadstead along with, and I'll point to Jeb. I'll point to all 4 of them, even the knocked out bard. We were sent to Meadstead, and I cleared out Meadstead with them, and I asked King Chrono a favor, and he said we could bring my people from Latrine to here, and that's all of them. These are all of the animals, and
so why is this ship being sailed by a Mistrian and who slammed into our docks and then started to fight our guards?
I can explain. Well,
you'd better.
Yeah, we were 1 ship short of all the animals, and as you see, I'll point at the animals. This is an unfathomable amount of wealth, and I didn't want to make it on King Chrono. I didn't want to, put him out for animals and for these people, point to the people, to have to deal with. So we needed to hire another ship. I was not going to make these people live on the welfare of High Castle. So we got another ship. We had to tell them, we couldn't tell them where we were going, so we had to take over the ship. And honestly, I thought I'd bring you a ship too. So from Ebner, Cleric, and Tempos, here's a ship.
So why is your party member, your halfling, fighting my guards?
I make no excuses for my companion, Chives.
Who the fuck are you? She says to you.
It's Valerio.
My name is Valerio. I'm another traveler that is helping the villagers here, and I do not make any excuses for my friend Chives.
I can explain, I think.
I've heard that a few times.
He's been taking after me. I'm a fucking stubborn ass dwarf, and it seems that he was too petty to lose 100 gold. He's too petty to lose 100 gold than to lay down his arms. So I think, I'll look at him. He's got the gold near his foot. He went after the coin. Your guards must have got spooked. And they're right. Honestly, your guards did well, and I'll give him a nod of the hat. I'd have cut his ass down too. But
no, I have half a mind to just kill him here and leave him be. I don't want to have to deal with the rest of the paperwork. There's a lot less paperwork if you just kill him.
There won't be any paperwork if you just leave him with me, and we can pretend this whole thing never happened, and you get a big, nice ship, and you get to sell these fucks into slavery. I'm sorry for, causing this commotion on your dock, and I swear that it'll never happen again.
She points to Chives and to Jeb and says, "These 2 are with you. You sure?"
Oh, yes, very much. This one is my best friend, and I'll point to Jeb. The other one, he's mostly with... Yeah, he's with me.
Walks up to Jeb and says, "What's your business?" In Eridonian.
Well, before or after the ship? After, I don't know, but beforehand, we was wandering around, went up to Meadstead, killed a necromancer up there.
Is this all in Eridonian? All in Mistrian? A little bit
every
both?
Now and then, I'll say a word or two in Mistrian, but it's in as best Eridonian as I can get. Then,
oh man, you're a Mistrian on a Mistrian ship with Mistrian livestock coming into their docks. This is all super suspicious.
As I told you, we were bringing people from Latrine. If you want, you can ask the king or the archmage, him or herself.
We will ask around.
Please do. Please. Ask quickly. Don't slay.
Well, what are we going to do with you in the meantime?
Can you roll for hotness?
Good time to do that.
Yeah. Well, you can leave me be.
Ooh.
Wow. They're a looker.
You could leave me be. I got no reason to kill anybody.
Good. Then you won't mind spending a night in the jail while we figure this out.
None of us will. Well,
she will take all of the people from this ship that are still alive and throw you all in jail for the night while they sort out the details.
Does that? Can I talk to her on the ship real quick and just say like how the people on the other ship are supposed to take an oath, and if we can get that underway while we're in jail, that's fine. I just want them to be,
She's a little bit more like, okay, well, everything all of a sudden around here is suspect. You tell me those 3 boats are filled with Mystrians? Looks like the jails are going to be full tonight. And the situation has gotten complicated.
Over 100 gold.
Well, that's 10 grand. People get killed over that kind of money sometimes.
True.
Yeah. Yep. So the people are jailed. The knight has a headache of figuring out what to do with all these fucking people. And we'll go check up on your story about freeing Meadstead, killing the necromancer, try and figure out what's going on. She'll talk to the authorities above her. And she'll eventually get the story about the people that went to Meadstead. There was they matched the descriptions of Jeb and Ebner. Valerio and Chives aren't mentioned in that story because they weren't around yet, but Jeb and Ebner will be sort of let go. Valerio, she will piece together quite quickly based on your description when talking to her people whose job it is to know people, is the fallen paladin of Velmontarius. So a man who used to be the paragon of justice, but then has fallen away, which makes you suspicious, but not necessarily outright evil.
Well, especially considering I just got found with someone who was just attempting to steal that much money.
Yeah. Well, steal, acquire, it's a complicated mess here.
That's my gold.
It's your gold.
You said I got let go. I would
back from.
Be interested in starting the King's Oath thing while you deal with everybody else.
Yeah. So what do we do here? Let's find. So sitting in jail is going to be Jeb, and you're going to be in a cell with Chives. You just got your regular clothes on. Everything else has been swiped. When Chives slowly comes to, yeah, they take you down to just your pants and your shirt. They'll take all your other shit, including your cloak.
They don't even let me keep my shoes, those bastards.
No, you might hang yourself with your laces. They take everything. They want you to be in the worst position possible if you were to try and escape or something. The objective is to keep you hampered. So you and Chives awake in a cell with a few of the other sailors. Or I guess Chives awakens with you in the cell. It is pitch black. There are no torches, no sources of light. You've been in darkness for maybe 4 hours now, while this mess goes on.
Chives wakes up, looks at Jeb and goes, "When we get out of here, I need her name and the guards' names, and I'm gonna write a song or 2, or 3, about them, their families, and everything else to do with them. I'm gonna end these people's lives while they're living, or make them wish they were dead." And he'll go into silence and start writing lyrics to songs in his head. He doesn't need their exact names. He's just gonna start working on the general gist of how it's gonna go.
Guys, if you just left that bag there, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Or at least you wouldn't have been knocked out, you wouldn't have been attacked, you wouldn't have been cut down, brought back up. Heck, you might have even been able to talk your way out of it.
No, those peoples are all dumb motherfuckers. By the end of this,
well,
I don't
by
understand.
all accounts, so are you.
For sure. But you know what? At least I had a reason to be.
What reason was that? A handful of gold coins? I get it. That's worth a lot of money. And I have done a lot for that much money. But in that situation, is your life really worth it? She was ready to kill you right there on the spot.
Look,
if it wasn't for Ebner, she probably would have too.
Well, you threatened her men. Tensions were already high. Now, I don't blame you at all for what happened to the dock. That was on them. It's whatever. You know what? We'll be out of here in a little bit, and I can begin their death.
You're not actually gonna kill him, are you?
Oh no, I'm just gonna make them wish they were dead.
How?
Well, some people cut with swords. I'm gonna cut with words.
The old sticks and stones. Understand.
Oh yeah, but words definitely can't hurt you.
Yeah, I've seen Ebner hurt a few people with his words, but then again, his words are also backed up with the power of tempos.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And Chives will just sit there quietly, writing his song lyrics in his head in the darkness.
Okay. Valerio and Ebner, you guys are sort of free. Like, you have to stay down on the docks. They're not going to let you up into the city until everything is worked out, but you're not going to be imprisoned. You were both on the other ship, didn't pose any problems, and sort of tried to mediate the peace, but, like, you know, shit went sideways. So you're detained, but free-ish.
I'll comfort the people
arrest.
and I'll comfort the people on the ship and explain to them, like, you know, you're going to take the oath tomorrow and then we'll be on our way to Meadstead, kind of like try to dissuade them. And man, that bard's a crazy motherfucker is what I'll be telling people. Holy shit.
I'm gonna go up to Ebner and basically just talk to him about I guess I'll just say well, Ebner, initially I was going to ask you why you decided to blind my companion of 5 years, but after what I just saw, I don't blame you.
He's flying off the handle. He attacked me on the docks.
Look, I understand.
It's a straight lie.
Look, I know his methods can be unorthodox at times, but if I know anything about him for the past 5 years, sometimes he can be selfish, but most of the time he does what he does in order to do good. As hard as it is to believe.
I think he's a good guy. That's why I gave him, you know, my good words and tried to dissuade any attacks from him. I was just kidding. He didn't actually attack me on the docks, but he was pissing me off quite a bit as he pissed those guards off. So, you know, maybe getting knocked out for a night's good for him. Made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. There's another thing I wanted to ask you. The boy that you sent to me, what is his name? Bobby?
Little Bobby.
He seems to be pretty enamored with me. Do you think you could teach me a few words in Mystrian so I can perhaps talk to him a little bit?
What words you want to know?
I don't know.
I'll teach him a
He seems
greeting.
interested in... Yeah.
I'll teach him a quick greeting. I'll tell him a naughty word that he probably shouldn't say. Maybe it'll make
Sure.
little Bobby laugh or something.
Sure.
And then I'll tell him how to say, like, goodbye or come with me. I'll give him those for now.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Ebner. I appreciate it.
Ebner, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel at all responsible for what happened on these boats?
Yeah, I do feel responsible. I do feel responsible that I got these people here. I feel responsible that I got them here safely. Yeah, that I feel responsible about.
You don't feel that your antagonism towards Chives at all lended him towards his outburst?
No, Chives
you don't
is
think
a greedy
that
bard.
you might have left him frustrated and without a cause for recourse? No?
All bards are bad, Koibu. Every single one of them. This is how they all act. I'm a bard realist.
Okay. So no personal responsibility for the things that went poorly.
No, Ebner takes no blame.
So in your world, if someone picks Bard, the alignment restriction is straight evil.
In my world of D&D,
Evil,
there
evil.
will be no bards.
Okay, I gotcha. I see. Let's see. Makes sense.
Is it possible I can go around the dock and, you know, start finding the people who know me and know what the fuck's going on? Her boss, who knows that people are coming in, so we can get these oaths underway. Maybe not tonight, but, like, you know.
She will return eventually with a few more armed guards and information, hearing the story of what has been said and done. And she will come down and talk to the two of you that are still free first and say...
Did she change her tone?
And say, well, I have heard that you and I think one of the prisoners did indeed kill a necromancer in Meadstead, and I would like to offer you my sincere thanks for your services in that regard.
No need.
I have also heard that you have gotten permission to move people, and I assume livestock comes with that, to Meadstead from Mystria. I really appreciate in the future when you bring enemies to our shore that you give us a heads up so that we're not beset by enemies in the middle of our peaceful town without warning. They were flying, clearly a Mystrian ship with Mystrian flags. And what was that maneuver? She looks between the two of you. What was that sliding into the dock? Luckily, it didn't do any damage, but
I have no idea. I wasn't on that ship.
I haven't been able to get much out of the people. Why did they even come here?
Jeb. Well, I think from what it seems like, wait, the people? Wait, which people?
The sailors on the ship, the Mystrians.
Oh. I think it seems, as I told you, we needed an extra ship to get the livestock, which is worth a fortune, small fortune. And we had to con the Mystrians to bring them. We were going through...
How'd you get them all the way over here, though?
We lied to them. We didn't tell them we were going to High Castle until the very end, assuming.
Well, then why did they steer towards it? Why come into the docking area?
You'd have to ask you'd have to ask Chives. He's good with talking. Maybe he's
knowing Chives, there's a way.
I don't know.
One that's good with talking that was insulting me and my guards to our faces. And threatening us with the sword.
Yes, that would be him.
He's your best talker?
No, Valerio is. Just listen to him.
She looks at Valerio like, you let this happen.
Sure. I look at Valerio disappointed as well. That's his friend of 5 years.
Well, now
And
I already apologized for him.
Paladin, unworthy of the gods. I should probably cut you down here, but I figure if Velmontarius wanted you dead, he'd do it himself. She spits at your feet. You can tell that she has somewhat of a personal grudge against you, which you can figure out if you know where it came from or not, but she's very cross with you.
I make no apologies for killing criminals.
Now, I see you got a problem with my friend, so I'd like to move past that. I'd like to go and speak with King Kronos about getting the oath done.
The oath?
Yes. These people, point to the Mystrians, are here to take an oath to King Kronos, and then we're moving them all to Meadstead.
We can administer it here down on the docks. There's no need to bother the king with such trivial matters. He's a busy man.
Yeah, he's busy, and he told me to report back to him after I came, I'm pretty sure. So, I think that I was supposed to talk to him when we came back.
I think it was left pretty ambiguous as to where this supposed oath would be taking place. But this knight is telling you that she can do it, and you can just do it here and be done with it.
That sounds a lot easier.
That sounds very easy, yeah. I guess I'll talk to him after we deal with all this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go meet him after this bitch is done.
Last thing that she's got to go over. Now, the issue of this ship over here, you said you brought it to us, and you're giving it to us?
If you want it.
As I understand, that is spoils of war.
Well, it is wartime.
Right. Okay, but it's not your ship.
Well, it seems like my two men took it over. They brought it in, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
They seemed pretty comfortable with the people on the deck up until the ship started drifting.
You know why that lady was knocked out?
Huh.
Because I'm guessing that my bard cast sleep on her. He took over the ship and brought it in. He single-handedly steered it in.
Yeah, he did.
That is very true.
You think their first mate's gonna do a maneuver like that? I think not.
Certainly not.
Well,
that was some rookie-ass sailing if you've ever seen any.
Is rookie-ass talker too. Makes sense?
No, those don't follow.
I was saying that the bard's bad at speaking,
A moment ago you said he was good at speaking.
Well, you said he was real bad. and eats.
Okay, that's enough, Father Ebner.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you're welcome with the ship and the slaves or whatever.
All right, I'll let your people out. We'll administer the oath, and then we'll go talk to your other 2 friends. I want to deal with the harmless civilians first before I deal with the angry halfling. And
yeah, he's a son of a bitch, but I think he's good. So.
Valerio, you're hearing how Ebner speaks about people when they're not around. Do you have any concerns that Ebner speaks about you this way when you're not around?
Yeah.
How do you feel about following this man?
Well, so far, given what's been said, what's being said is probably a little bit more would worry Valerio more than what's been done. I haven't seen, aside from blinding in a moment of weakness my companion, I'm a little bit more worried about what just happened with Chives more so than I'm worried about Ebner at the moment. Because Ebner seems to have a way of talking with people, but I haven't seen Ebner do anything yet.
I mean, a way to talking to people could be very positive or very negative.
Could be very negative, yeah. But so far, I mean, we're just trying to get these. We're trying to get these people to their new home, and it seems like so far what's been said is mostly trying to get people to a new house, a new home, in their new land, right?
Okay.
What do you think? No.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Ebner's sweet talking this chick, and Chives did exhibit real son of a bitch behavior. So he's trying to, yeah.
I mean, I get that you're being how do you call it, diplomatic with her by joining her and being like, oh yeah, that guy's an asshole. So you guys are both agreeing about how this other person fucked up, and so you can sort of be on the same side together and be more easily united. I get that, but you're also doing it in front of your other ally who might not. I don't know if he's picking up on the like merger here or what's going on.
I can't defend what just happened with Chives, especially as a paladin of a former paladin of Velmontarius. I can't really step in and vouch for him at this point because the little dignity that I have left as a fallen paladin, like, what am I gonna? I'm really gonna throw my lot in with like I can't.
Well, maybe that's why you're a fallen paladin. You've put yourself before the party.
He is always my friend, but
But you're unwilling to stand up for him if it's at a risk to yourself. I see why you're no longer a paladin.
No, it has nothing to do with myself. It has nothing to do with myself. It has to do with getting these people to where they need to be going. And if I'm vouching for.
So you're saying you're putting the safety of the people above the safety of your friend?
Sure.
That's an even more selfless action then. I'm trying to break into your mind and see what you're thinking. Out.
No, for sure. No, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I mean, my goal is to get these people who have been through hell and back to a safe place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the people are freed from their prisons, leaving Ebner and Chives inside for a little while. An oath is administered. Everyone willingly takes it, a little bit scared because I saw the violence on the dock, and what few of them might understand a few words of Eridonian definitely heard, "Mystery swine, you fucking mystery piece of trash. We're gonna put you where you belong." You know, that sort of terrible xenophobic rhetoric passed around. And eventually they come for Chives and Jeb. A torchlight will appear, sort of at first beyond the wall, just kind of shining down a hallway, and then it comes in front of your bars, and a guard will step forward and say in Eridonian, "Wake up! It's time to go."
Can I get my boots back? My feet are cold.
Yes.
Thank you.
Seems someone has found sense. Chives will stand up and start to walk towards.
Chives, don't you start. We don't need this right now.
Well, I don't think he's the one who's calling the orders. I'll keep it together.
They will take you out to the front of the jail cell through kind of a twisting dungeon, stop you somewhere, and bring out your gear. You can go ahead and look through it. All of your stuff is there. Nothing has been stolen. There's a non-zero chance that one of your arrows got misplaced. No. All your arrows are intact.
I have a lot of arrows.
Yeah, but the quiver falls to the ground. Maybe one slid off to the side, and they didn't see it and put it back in. But it's all there in the end.
Make sure that those are still in good condition.
Yeah, they've just been thrown to the ground and moved around and tossed about. Okay. It's fine. Everything's in decent condition. You get all your shit back, and then you are brought before the knight, who stands at the edge of the dungeon. Her back to the great canal. On her left and right are the tall rocks that rise up. And she looks at the two of you and says, "Do you understand my words in common?"
I'm from
in
here.
Eridonian. Good. And you? She says to Jeb.
I'll translate.
More or less.
Right. Well, I think we can all forget what happened. Everyone seems to be roughly okay. She says, not motioning with her eyes towards Chives' wound across his back where she slashed him open. We're not gonna have any more problems, are we?
No,
I look
we
down
will
at
have
Chives.
no more problems.
Good. I've already spoken to your superior, Father Ebner, and he's told me about what's gone on. And it's unfortunate that this misunderstanding occurred, but I hope we can all move on with our lives.
Absolutely.
Okay. Come on out. And she will wave you on out, and you're all finally free after...
Oh, I look back and go, and it's Kel.
I'm so bad at names.
I was about to ask her name too.
Yeah, there you go. We're nuts.
Kel Roguish Archetype is a bad name. Kel... So bad at names. Looking for any name.
What about Kel Jenny? Instead of Jimmy, we'll just move it to a female?
Little Jenny.
Kel Jenny. Sure.
Uh,
Kel Jenny. I can do it.
Okay. Add her
Have
on
an
my list of
exotic
people.
spelling, Jeni or something.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get a good one.
Okay, are we good to move the people out or no?
You're good to move the people out. Everyone can be hiked up the stairs.
Thank goodness.
And
Okay.
you can march them to Meadstead. You've got livestock, which I think they can just live on the milk for the 3 days that it'll take you to get to Meadstead. I think.
Please get us to fucking Meadstead.
Yeah.
Did I get all my
little
gold
Bobby
back at the end of the day?
after.
Did you get your what?
Gold back at the end of the day?
Oh yeah, totally. Whatever
Sweet.
bags you had on you when you were
Wow.
arrested, you get everything. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's why you
Amazing.
throw a stink.
So, 2 days later, three days later, you guys will arrive in your new home of Meadstead. But before we see what has happened to Meadstead while you're away, we're going to take a short break and come back on the other side with a little more Desperate Measures. Bye-bye, everyone.